As a kid, I was always so sensitive. Now, don't get me wrong. That doesn't mean that I wasn't outgoing or very talkative. Because, to be completely honest, I was. I talked all the time. Actually, I talked forever. Anyways, as I grew up, I came to know this as one of my own fatal flaws. Now, that may seem weird, because I know I seem perfect. Fortunately, that's not the case. You see, being sensitive wasn't one of my only flaws. I also, at times, can be impatient. I like to leave when I want and be places at a certain time, with no exceptions. I remember when I was younger, I had to be at school by 7:20. Had to. We had to leave 10 minutes early so I could be there at the exact time. I remember even my mom using that as punishment when I forgot to do something, just because I had to leave by a certain time. At times I can also be inconsiderate. Sometimes when someone needs help, or even not considering other people's time. Today, I have with me 3 objects to help represent my life and my passions. The first object with me today is my FFA jacket. Coming from a small town like Plant City, people see FFA as just working with pigs and running around a barn. But that's not the case. You see, FFA has taught me many things, from confidence to leadership skills. Throughout my time in this organization, I have learned to make new friends and be more confident in everyday life. You see, before FFA, I would have never considered talking in front of a crowd, let alone a crowd with judges who were telling me how to talk. But as time went on, I've gained more confidence in talking in front of crowds and parents. My second object with me today is a piece of coal. I know, it's a piece of coal. Now, this might seem weird or mundane, but this piece of coal represents my patience. You see, for years in my brother's life, he thought that adequate gifts to give to his sisters were rocks. Rocks. Stuff you could find in the backyard, sometimes even on his way home from school. But, looking back now, I've come to see this piece of coal as a reminder to be patient. You see, my brother got this coal for me from Tennessee. He kept it with him for months, and then he gave it to us on Christmas. Of course, it's kind of funny, because it's coal on Christmas. But I learned to be grateful for this, and if I had been patient, I would have known that a few years down the line, he would learn how to give better gifts. Now, my final object today is this card from my Aunt Carol. You see, a couple years back, my Aunt Carol needed help painting her house. Well, not all of it, but just small parts and pieces. I remember because she wanted to paint it pink. Now, on that day, I really didn't want to paint a house. I wanted to be on my phone. I wanted to hang with my friends. I had other stuff I wanted to do. But that day reminded me that I need to love selflessly and give through love. Because that day when I painted with my Aunt Carol, I made memories. Memories that I was able to keep later after she passed on. And looking back, that was one of my favorite times with my aunt. And I wouldn't trade it for anything. Now today I impart to you of wishing for spiritual health over physical needs or wants. Because that's what's most important.